We're now going to use the @Autowire annotation throughout our current project, and this can be found in the playlist link below, like button. Previously, we've gone over our POM XML file where we are looking at our dependencies and properties. We are going to be going over our IoT device. We've gone over this previously. I don't think we're touching it here, but we'll see. We do not touch the IoT beam device configuration, so we're not touching this one or the IoT device actually. What we are touching is our application context.xml, our engine, our car, and our main. And these are all done in the playlist link below the like button. But continuing off of that, if we want to autowire something, we want to attach it to a variable class. We're going to do this for the engine inside of car. So inside of our class, we have our variable engine, right? And it's an object type of engine. So we're going to have our Autowired here. And basically what this is saying is in our XML, we'll go over this a little bit, but inside of our XML, we are going to want to have, just like we did in the previous one, a Autowire. And this Autowire is going to search this for any dependencies, and our dependency is going to be an engine. So our car depends on our engine to work. And we don't have anything in our header right here, like we did previously. We're going to take care of that up here, but we'll go over that in a second. So we are going to also add prints into our constructors, default constructor, parameterized constructor, and also our setter of our engine. So we can see what actually happens when we output this. What is the flow of our program when we do this? So we're going to go back into our XML file. We're going to change up here a little bit. So I don't believe anything up here has changed, but we are going to add some more inside of here. So that's what that's going to look like, just like that. And then also for our auto wiring, we are going to need this context :annotation -config. So we're going to need that as well. Our line 2 up here is going to be for referencing beans. This line 3 is going to be for XML. This line 4 is now including the Spring Frameworks context namespace. This is for the XML configuration as well, so that our Spring IOC container will look for the Autowired annotations for the bean. The last XSD file, which is going to be down here in our XSI with our schema locations. This last one is going to allow us to use tags which enable annotation-based configurations in our XML. And this tag is like what we have right here on line 11. So if we go down a little bit more, we're going to see our beans. They look just like this. Notice how our car bean does not have the Autowire in the header, and it does not reference to our engine. That's going to get taken care of in our car class. In the car class, we use our Autowire annotation on engine, so that means the Spring IOC container will identify that the engine needs to be autowired to a car, and then look for an engine bean, and we'll attach it to a car. This is going to be based on type. Now, if we go into our main and we run this, it's going to output this down here. We can see that the default constructor for our car is used because I wrote default constructor inside of the default constructor right here. So the path is it goes to our default constructor, and then it's going to get into our car, and then we also print out our engine. But if we go into our car and go down to our engine, we notice that setting engine in car is never outputted. This is because of our auto wiring right here. It goes straight to the engine, and we're able to use these properties to set it in our engine itself. So we don't need to use that setter right there. So that's because of our auto wiring. And that's how we would look at auto wiring annotation. In the next video, in the playlist link below the like button, we're going to be using auto wiring with setters and constructors.